The Mexican government does have a strategy to deal with these issues of crime, common crime, organized crime, and it's a strategy more in the sense of a list of goals that it would like to accomplish than the part about how to actually go about getting from where they are now to achieving the goals. The strategy against organized crime, I think, came into pretty clear focus by the middle of 2008. It was very articulated. It was very clear. The two problems were the Mexican government couldn't explain it very well to its own public, and that was an issue because the public didn't quite know what the strategy was all about, or at least the goals were about. And the second is it's really about implementation and getting some kind of a way to get the various pieces to work together and get a sequence of the pieces to operate. And the frustration is there needs to be a reform caudillo who can actually step out and make the different pieces cooperate, and that office or that person hasn't really taken place yet. Constraints. There is very strong political opposition to the government's strategy. And if you look at the surveys, the focus is on the violence. And the perception that the Calderon government has really focused on a set of strategy that's really exacerbating the violence rather than dealing with it. So if we look at change over time, public opinion suggests that Calderon's running into problems of public support. Second, partisan conflict. In D.C., I don't have to tell you, I mean, we have our government that's going to be shut down again. We understand partisan conflict in this town. In Mexico, the security issue is highly politicized. And there is not this agreement amongst the parties on how to put together a program and then support it. And the reason that's so terribly important is it's a complicated federal system. You have 32 states and 2,400 counties and 4 or 5 political parties. And so to get coordination at these different levels is very hard to do. Plus, the very strong suspicion that Calderon used the crime issue for partisan advantage, that it's not really an issue that was a genuine one, but that he won his election by less than 1%. He needed a legitimization issue, so he chose the anti-crime issue to do it, and then he pushed that forward. So it created the skepticism in a number of quarters that this is really a real issue.